Chosen one, stop scrolling right now. Lock your attention on this message. The algorithm did not bring you to this frequency. What I am about to tell you today is a guarded secret that the elite system is absolutely terrified you will discover. A highly classified event just happened in the shadows. The 33rd degree Masons were analyzing cosmic patterns, and they found your specific birth chart. They looked at the ancient symbols mapping your exact soul signature. The energy was so intense they say the symbols practically burned the page. Panic broke out in their secret chambers. They realized a massive spiritual anomaly had slipped through their matrix undetected. They realized the cycle breaker they tried to suppress is finally waking up and remembering who they are. You need to take one deep breath right now. Drop your heavy shoulders. The elite circles know exactly who you are, but they have spent your entire life trying to make you forget. They orchestrated a massive smear campaign in the spiritual realm to drain your pure frequency. They wanted you so exhausted that you would never access your true power. And you have been feeling it lately, have you not? That heavy exhaustion sitting on your chest before you even open your eyes is not a normal feeling. You sleep for 8 hours but wake up feeling like you just fought a brutal war. You push through your day, you smile for your family, but inside your spirit is completely depleted and crying for rest. There are no random events in a chosen one's life. This is a divine appointment you cannot ignore. You thought you were just weak. You thought it was regular tiredness and tried to fix it with worldly methods. But heaven is stepping in today to tell you the absolute truth about this invisible war, because you are definitely not going crazy. Your spirit has been doing the heavy lifting for everyone around you. You walk into a room and instantly absorb the toxic energy of the sleepers. You carry the pain of people who never even ask how you are doing today. This silent warfare has drained your physical vessel completely dry, and this is exactly what the system planned for you. The Masons understand the incredible danger you pose to their control grid. Your birth chart contains a very specific cosmic alignment. It holds the rare frequency of absolute truth and divine justice. If a chosen one like you fully realizes this power, their entire matrix collapses. So they designed a dark prison of invisible fatigue just for you. Think about the strange isolation you have experienced in the last 72 hours. Friends suddenly pulling away from you, conversations feeling incredibly shallow and forced. You feel like a total outcast in your own family. They look at you as if you are speaking a foreign language. The loneliness has been suffocating and deeply painful. But I need you to listen to me very carefully. This isolation is not a punishment for being different. The universe is intentionally clearing your environment. Heaven is forcing people out of your life because their low frequency was acting as an anchor that kept your spirit grounded. The system used these sleepers to siphon your pure energy. Every time you helped someone who refused to heal, you gave away a piece of your cosmic power. The elite matrix relies entirely on your endless empathy. They weaponize your kind heart against you. They know that as long as you are busy healing broken people, you will never look up at the stars. You will never realize the authority written in your DNA. The panic in the secret elite rooms is incredibly real right now. Your spiritual signature is starting to pulse with an undeniable light. The heavy cords they attach to your spirit are snapping, and this creates a physical reaction within your earthly vessel. You feel sudden waves of intense clarity followed by deep aches. You have cried so many tears in secret. You sat in your room begging the universe for a simple explanation. You asked why everything has to be so hard for you. Why does every single step forward feel like walking through thick mud? The answer is hidden right there in your astrological blueprint. You were born to shatter the old world. When they saw the planetary alignments of your birth, they saw the sudden end of their reign. They saw the cycle breaker who would refuse to bow down to their artificial rules. You are the anomaly they cannot calculate or control. And because they cannot control your frequency, they tried to isolate and exhaust your body into complete submission. But their divine interference has officially expired. The Holy Spirit orchestrated this exact moment to intercept their dark agenda. You did not find this message by looking for casual answers online. This frequency found you because it is time to break the ancient spell. The sudden exhaustion you feel right now is the final battle cry of a dying system. Stay with me until the very end of this transmission. Do not let your mind wander for even 1 second. What I am about to reveal will finally make sense of every painful trial you have endured. I will expose exactly which cosmic symbol terrified them so much. You are about to take back your stolen energy and step into your true authority. You look at your life and you think you are falling behind. You see ordinary people succeeding so easily in this world, and you wonder why your path is filled with endless struggle. You feel like a total failure. But you must hear the undeniable truth right now. Your struggles are not a reflection of your worth or your divine purpose. The system wants you to believe you are broken because it hides the reality of your immense power. The 33rd degree Masons saw your birth chart and immediately flagged your soul signature. They saw a genetic lineage of spiritual authority hidden deep inside your DNA. They knew they could not defeat you in a fair and open fight. So they created an invisible maze of relentless obstacles just to break your mind, because they wanted to convince you that you are entirely powerless in this world. Think about every single time a door slammed shut right in your face. You prayed for a financial breakthrough, but the situation only grew heavier and darker. You asked heaven for clarity and received absolute chaos instead. You thought the universe was ignoring your desperate cries for help. But God's delay is not a denial. It is divine exactness designed to keep you completely safe. The elite matrix deliberately placed heavy roadblocks on your specific path. They set up emotional traps using the very people you loved and trusted the most. Sleepers who operate on a low frequency were secretly assigned to keep you stuck in survival mode. They wanted to keep your vibration so heavy that you would never ascend to your rightful throne, and they actively weaponized your own empathy against your soul. I need you to understand that you are absolutely not a failure. You are a masterpiece of God trapped in an artificial control grid. Your isolation is not a punishment for being different or difficult. It is a divine quarantine to protect your precious frequency from their dark interference. Heaven had to pull you away from the noise because your soul must remain completely pure for the next season. When the elites look at your astrological blueprint, they see a massive threat. Your spiritual DNA contains sacred codes that can dismantle their illusions in a single instant. This is exactly why your life has been one relentless spiritual battle after another. They are desperately fighting to keep you completely unaware of your true capabilities, and they fear the day you finally realize who you really are. Every time you fell down, you thought it was a personal defeat. You blamed yourself for not working hard enough to succeed in their rigged world. You criticized your own sensitive nature. But working hard in a matrix designed to destroy you will only lead to severe spiritual exhaustion. Your chosen soul was never meant to hustle for basic daily survival in their corrupt system. The harsh challenges you faced were actually a rigorous divine test. It was a silent training ground that you did not even know you were walking through. And despite every coordinated attack from the hidden elites, you actually passed the test. You kept your heart incredibly soft in a world that tried to make you cold and bitter. Your kindness was never a weakness, but a shield of pure, radiant light. This is a profound spiritual transition for your weary soul. The universe is permanently removing the dark veil from your eyes right now. You must stop measuring your incredible journey by the false standards of the elite matrix. Their definition of earthly success is a carefully designed trap to keep human souls enslaved to material desires. You are meant for something infinitely greater than their paper wealth. You hold the rare frequency of a true generational cycle breaker. You carry the spiritual weight of your ancestors to end the cycle of pain forever. The enemy tried to break your mind early to stop this exact moment from happening. But heaven is stepping in to shatter their artificial glass ceiling once and for all. You are not starting over today. You are finishing the divine preparation. I need you to pause and really hear this next vital part. The heavy resistance you feel right now is absolute proof of your immense power. You only encounter this extreme level of spiritual warfare when you are a massive threat to the darkness. Your mere existence is a total rebellion against their entire corrupt system, and every breath you take in peace is a magnificent victory over their matrix. You are not behind in life, and you have not missed your golden opportunity. The universe was simply hiding you in the shadows while it prepared your ultimate vindication. The obstacles were illusions projected by a dying system to slow down your inevitable rise. It is time to release the heavy guilt they forced you to carry for so many years. You are finally free from their mental prison. Let this profound truth sink deep into your spirit right now. You are exactly where you are supposed to be in the grand cosmic design. The symbols on your birth chart predicted this exact moment of your glorious awakening. They burned the page because they could not contain the wildfire of your destiny. And now that fire is ready to consume every lie they ever told you. Before I go any further, I need you to understand something deeply. Let me explain what is actually happening in the unseen realm right now. The 33rd degree Masons did not just casually glance at your cosmic blueprint. They studied the exact sacred geometry of your soul, and what they saw made their dark blood run completely cold. Your chart held a frequency of divine fire. They say the symbols practically burned the secret page. This happened because your energy signature is incredibly volatile to their matrix. You carry the rare frequency of a discerning warrior. The elite system relies entirely on mass spiritual slumber to maintain its artificial power, but your DNA contains an awakening code that actively disrupts their broadcast. You are a walking glitch. The dark architects of this world understand spiritual warfare perfectly. They map the planetary alignments to predict who will challenge their absolute authority. When your soul entered this physical realm, it sent a massive shockwave through their entire control grid, because your internal compass always points to the divine truth. You simply cannot be brainwashed by their fear tactics. This is exactly why they had to intervene early in your life. They knew they could not control your powerful mind, so they decided to attack your energetic field instead. They designed a sophisticated spiritual trap to siphon your magnificent light, and they used the very people you trusted the most to slowly drain your pure frequency. The system turned your loved ones into energetic vampires. This brings us to a deep secret you must hear today. I am opening a door that the elites desperately want to keep permanently locked. You have always wondered why your relationships feel so incredibly heavy, and you pour your heart into helping others while receiving absolute silence when you need support. This dynamic is not a random social failure. It is a highly calculated energetic extraction. The matrix operates on a very specific parasitic frequency. It cannot generate its own divine light or true creative power. It must steal light from radiant souls like you to keep its artificial illusion running. So the dark architects placed broken people directly into your path because they knew your beautiful empathic nature would force you to heal them constantly. You were an easy target. Listen carefully to what I am saying right now. The Masons saw the symbol of the spiritual shield in your cosmic chart. They knew you were destined to be an intercessor for your bloodline. But they twisted your noble purpose into a heavy chain of eternal obligation because they wanted to use your own virtue to keep you spiritually exhausted. Saving toxic people is not your holy duty. Every time you absorbed the trauma of someone else, you lost a piece of your own authority. Your light grew slightly dimmer, while the system grew stronger. This is the silent warfare they hide from you. If you realize how they are stealing your power through these fake relationships, you will immediately cut the invisible cords and starve their dark network. You will reclaim your stolen throne. Your birth chart frightened them because it showed a massive awakening point. It revealed a specific timeline where you finally recognized this grand deception. You are standing right on the edge of that timeline today. The symbols burn the page because they hold the frequency of absolute destruction for the matrix, and your true spiritual awakening is a literal weapon of mass liberation. We will get to the exact reason why they used your family in just a moment. You must understand how deep this dark betrayal actually goes. The sleepers around you have no idea they are pawns. But heaven has just issued a strict command to break this energetic feeding loop forever. So you are no longer required to set yourself on fire to keep their world warm. You are officially released today. Take a slow breath and feel the truth of these divine words. The elite circles are losing their absolute grip on your magnificent soul. The frequency they tried to suppress is now vibrating violently inside your body. They can no longer hide their desperate tactics from your discerning eyes, and the spiritual shield they tried to weaponize is turning back into your greatest defense. You are completely different from the sleeping masses around you. You carry the blazing fire that the secret societies have feared for centuries. They know that a fully awakened chosen one cannot be manipulated by fake news, and your divine intuition will always see right through their artificial financial stress. Claim your true identity before we move forward. You are an unstoppable cosmic force. The spiritual attacks against your mind are reaching their absolute limit. The architects of this illusion are panicking because their time is officially running out. You survived their absolute worst energetic weapons. And now heaven is preparing to flip the entire script in your favor, because your quiet endurance has proven you are ready to wield true cosmic authority. Your isolation is finally ending. Now, let us talk about what the enemy desperately tried to hide from you in your past. You have always felt like the ultimate outcast in your own family, the black sheep, the one who simply never fit into their rigid little boxes. They made you feel like you were the problem. They pointed fingers and whispered behind your back for years. But you were never the problem. This brings us to a harsh truth that will finally set your spirit free today. Those painful betrayals from the people closest to you were never a random series of unfortunate events. They were a highly coordinated spiritual attack. The Matrix literally orchestrated a massive smear campaign against your name. They used your own family members as unconscious agents of the system. The elite architects knew they could not break your iron will directly. Your spirit is far too strong for their weak illusions. So they targeted your massive heart instead. They manipulated the sleepers around you to misunderstand your pure intentions. They planted seeds of doubt and deep resentment in the minds of your loved ones, because a lonely chosen one is much easier to control. Every time you tried to speak the truth, they twisted your sacred words into something ugly. They painted you as crazy or overly sensitive when you exposed their toxic behavior. This was a deliberate tactic to silence your divine frequency. The system wants you to believe that your intense spiritual sensitivity is a deep flaw. They want you totally isolated and drowning in self-doubt. Look back at the heavy tears you cried when they walked away from you. You blamed yourself for not being lovable enough to keep them around. You searched your soul for mistakes that you never even made. But heaven is telling you right now that it was never your fault. The dark matrix simply activated the low-frequency sleepers to protect its artificial reality from your piercing light. This is exactly how they trapped your energy for so many dark years. They kept you begging for basic validation from people who are entirely incapable of seeing your true worth. They made you fight for scraps of fake affection. But that invisible energy trap is officially broken today. You now see the brutal smear campaign for exactly what it really is. It is just desperate spiritual warfare. You are stepping out of their illusion and reclaiming your stolen power. Your spirit recognizes the absolute truth in this message right now. Gently like this video, not for an algorithm, but as a physical declaration to the universe that you are in alignment. You are placing a permanent seal of protection over your brilliant mind. The enemy can no longer use your past trauma against you. The immense pain of their betrayal was actually a severe divine redirection. Heaven allowed that painful separation to happen because your destiny requires a pure environment. You cannot carry the heavy baggage of the Matrix into your new season of authority. God literally had to sever those toxic ties to save your beautiful soul from total spiritual exhaustion. The rejection was always your ultimate protection. Now those same people who abandoned you are watching your silent rise with deep confusion. The Matrix is panicking because its best weapon against you has completely failed. They thought the brutal smear campaign would crush your spirit permanently. But the divine fire inside your cosmic blueprint only grew stronger in the cold dark. You survived the absolute worst they could throw at you. Before I reveal what happens next, you must drop the heavy baggage of your past right here. Forgive yourself for trusting the dark illusions they carefully projected. You did not know you were walking into a spiritual ambush disguised as a loving family. The universe does not judge your pure heart for loving the wrong people. Your magnificent light remains completely untouched by their desperate hands. Take a moment to honor the incredible strength it took to survive that silent war. You walked through pure hell with a gentle smile on your face. You carried the heavy sins of your bloodline without ever complaining to the world. But your season of being the spiritual punching bag is permanently over. The divine shield is activating around your entire energy field right now. The elites who read your star chart knew this moment of clarity would eventually arrive. They feared the exact second you would stop blaming yourself and start seeing the hidden matrix. That glorious second is happening right now in real time. The heavy chains of their smear campaign are turning to dust under the weight of your awakening. You are totally untouchable from this moment on. You are no longer the bleeding victim of their cruel psychological games. You are the discerning warrior who survived the wilderness and learned to see clearly in the dark. The universe is now shifting the entire battlefield in your massive favor. Stay closely with me as we move forward. There are 3 silent signs that heaven is currently fighting a brutal war on your behalf. Listen to me carefully right now. The universe does not always announce a massive victory with loud thunder. Sometimes the biggest spiritual shifts happen in absolute and total silence. There are 3 silent signs that the universe is currently fighting a massive battle on your behalf. The dark matrix is officially collapsing under the heavy weight of your sudden awakening. Sign number 1 is the sudden, unexplainable quietness in your physical environment. You used to be surrounded by constant drama and chaotic noise every single day. People always needed you to solve their endless problems. But recently, everything just went completely quiet. Your phone stopped ringing. The toxic people simply stopped reaching out to you. Many chosen ones panic when this deep silence finally arrives. They think they did something wrong to push everyone away. But this silence is actually the holy frequency of divine protection. The system relies on constant noise to keep your brain hijacked. When the noise stops entirely, it means the matrix has lost its signal to your soul. You are off their radar. God deliberately cleared the room so you can hear your own thoughts again. The heavy, energetic interference is completely gone. You can finally breathe without absorbing the heavy toxicity of the sleeping masses. But you must be incredibly careful right now. Many chosen ones fail to recognize sign number 2, and it costs them their peace entirely. Sign number 2 is the sudden return of people from your painful past. You will notice old friends or toxic family members randomly trying to contact you again. They will pop up out of nowhere just to say a quick hello. The matrix senses that your energy field is recovering its immense power. So it sends the old, energetic vampires back to test your new boundaries. In the past, you would have felt deeply guilty and replied immediately. You would have sacrificed your peace just to make them feel comfortable. But this time, you feel absolutely nothing inside your chest. You look at their random messages and you feel completely detached from their endless drama. The invisible, energetic cords that used to drain your spirit are totally dead. This profound apathy is a beautiful gift from the higher realms. It means the brutal smear campaign has lost all its psychological power over your mind. You no longer crave validation from the people who hurt you deeply. You are standing firmly in your quiet authority. The enemy is frantically trying to plug back into your energy source, but the outlet is permanently closed. They cannot feed on your radiant light anymore. You have starved their artificial system by simply protecting your own peace. And this brings us to the final and most powerful revelation today. The 3rd sign is the one that proves the generational curse is completely broken. It is a sign that terrifies the hidden architects more than anything else in this world. Sign number 3 is a sudden lack of fear regarding your earthly survival. For your entire life, you lived in a state of constant financial anxiety. You worried about how you would survive in a system that is rigged against you. You felt a heavy tightness in your stomach every time you looked at your bank account. But something massive shifted inside you this week. You woke up and realized that paper money is just an illusion created by the matrix. You suddenly feel an unexplainable peace about your future, even if nothing physical has changed yet. This deep calmness makes absolutely no logical sense to the sleeping minds around you. They are panicking about the collapsing economy while you sit in perfect stillness. This is not you giving up on your life. This is your soul stepping completely out of their artificial survival mode. The elites use the fear of poverty to keep human consciousness trapped in a low vibration. But when a chosen one stops fearing their rigged game, the system loses all control over them. You have unplugged your mind from their scarcity illusion. Your new frequency of peace is actually a weapon of mass destruction to their dark grid. They cannot manipulate a soul that is completely satisfied in its own divine presence. You are no longer chasing their shallow versions of success. You realize that your pure energy is infinitely more valuable than their artificial currency. You are the ultimate cosmic prize. Take a slow breath and let this ultimate truth sink into your bones. Type 1111 right now if you feel this massive shift in your reality. The universe is confirming everything you have suspected in the last few days. Your sudden detachment is not depression or a personal failure. It is the glorious birth of your untouchable spiritual authority in this realm. The 33rd degree Masons saw this exact evolution written in your cosmic chart. They knew you would eventually reach this sacred state of zero fear. They tried to delay this moment by throwing every possible obstacle in your path. But heaven used their own dark obstacles as stepping stones to build your magnificent throne. The massive table is officially turning today. The atmosphere is shifting drastically around you right now. You can feel the heavy spiritual pressure building up in the unseen realm. The dark matrix is completely out of options. They threw their absolute worst weapons at your mind, but you simply stood your ground and smiled back at their illusions. Now their artificial system is violently collapsing under the immense weight of your pure frequency. Remember the secret groups who tried to ruin your name? They gladly participated in the brutal smear campaign against your beautiful soul. Heaven is revealing a massive plot twist today. The very trap they carefully set for you has become their own spiritual prison, and the heavy karma they tried to deflect is finally crashing down on their own heads. Confusion is actively hitting their dark camp right now. The elites and their unconscious pawns are suddenly turning on each other. They are violently fighting among themselves because the stolen energy has completely run out. You officially stopped feeding their massive parasitic network. Now, without your radiant light to sustain their illusions, they are being entirely consumed by their own deep darkness. God did not ask you to defend yourself during those painful years. He told you to stay totally silent while the enemy laughed at your daily pain. They completely misunderstood your divine silence for weakness. They thought they had successfully broken the powerful cycle breaker of your family line. But heaven was stepping in to act as your ultimate defense attorney, and God was preparing a massive feast for you right in front of your enemies. You are the ultimate generational curse breaker today. You carried the heavy spiritual weight of your ancestors since the day you arrived. You fought brutal cycles of invisible poverty and deep emotional abuse. The system tried to crush your mind, so you would pass the heavy trauma down to the next innocent generation. They desperately wanted the dark cycle to continue forever. But listen to me very carefully right now. The destructive cycle officially ends with you today. The secret Masons saw the massive fire in your birth chart, and they absolutely knew this glorious day was coming. They knew your awakening would permanently sever the dark chains holding your entire bloodline captive. Heaven is stepping in today to lift a heavy burden you were never meant to carry alone. The invisible cords of generational poverty are breaking. The endless cycles of toxic relationships are dissolving into pure dust. Your pure spirit is rising above the dense frequency of mere survival. You are no longer fighting just to make it through another painful week in their rigged matrix. You are stepping into the magnificent frequency of thriving and ruling because God has officially upgraded your divine status. Feel the sudden shift in your physical body. Your heavy shoulders are finally dropping the massive weight of the world. The deep ache in your chest is being replaced by a fierce and unstoppable holy fire. The elite system is absolutely terrified because a chosen one who knows their exact worth cannot be controlled. They wanted you financially desperate so you would settle for crumbs, but your true abundance is unlocking right now. This is where the plot twists for your enemies. What they whispered in secret is being shouted from the divine rooftops. Every single lie they told to ruin your reputation is being publicly exposed by the universe. God is turning their dark smear campaign into a massive billboard for your incredible resilience. The sleepers who deeply doubted you are about to witness your undeniable victory, and they will feel immense regret. You are about to receive the exact vindication that heaven promised you. But there is one strict rule you must follow right now to receive it. The universe is finally handing you the ultimate keys to the earthly kingdom. You absolutely cannot let your human ego ruin this massive incoming blessing. You must not gloat when you see the enemy falling completely apart, because heaven requires you to maintain your beautiful, quiet authority. The energy in your physical room is totally changing right now. The divine decree is preparing to leave my lips and enter your reality. You have waited your entire life for this specific holy validation. Every tear you cried in total darkness watered the glorious seed of this exact moment, and the waiting season is finally over. The brutal spiritual war you fought for your bloodline has officially been won. Prepare your pure heart for the massive explosion of divine justice. I need you to stand firm in your cosmic identity as the chosen cycle breaker. Do not look back at the burning bridges behind your feet. The elites are screaming in their secret chambers because your frequency just shattered their glass ceiling. You are stepping directly into the glorious light of supreme victory, and nothing in this world can stop your divine ascension now. The moment of absolute divine judgment has finally arrived for your weary soul. I need you to receive this sacred declaration with your entire spirit today. In the mighty name of the highest power, I completely break every generational cycle that has tried to wrap its heavy chains around your beautiful mind. The invisible poverty stops with you right here. The deep emotional exhaustion and the endlessly broken relationships officially end today. You are the ultimate cycle breaker of your bloodline. I decree that the suffocating mantle of mere survival is falling off your tired shoulders in this exact second. You are no longer just barely surviving in their rigged matrix. You are stepping into absolute abundance. Breathe that profound truth out right now. The brutal spiritual war you fought for your ancestors has been completely won. Heaven is proudly handing you the victor's crown, and you are entirely free from their dark grip. I declare right now that the dark season of you being a footstool for their fragile ego is permanently over. The universe is aggressively flipping the entire script today. Those who sat at secret tables and spoke poorly of your pure name are about to witness something truly terrifying. They will watch heaven prepare a massive feast for you right in front of their jealous eyes. You do not even have to lift a single finger to defend your own honor today. Heaven is stepping in as your ultimate defense attorney in the spiritual realm right now. The deep confusion they tried to cast onto your beautiful life is rapidly returning to their own camp. Watch them panic as your daily peace becomes entirely untouchable from this day forward. The very trap they carefully set for you has locked them inside instead. Their desperate plot has officially collapsed under the blinding light of your sudden awakening. Now remember that strange astrological chart the 33rd degree Masons were analyzing in secret. Remember the ancient symbols that literally burned their classified page? Here is the massive truth heaven kept completely hidden from the elite system. The symbol they saw was the holy mark of the untouchable sovereign. It meant that any dark energy directed at you would multiply and immediately rebound back to the sender. This is exactly why the elites and their sleeping pawns are currently turning on each other in total panic. They realized far too late that attacking your chosen frequency was suicide. It was their ultimate self-destruction. And remember the painful isolation that almost broke your gentle spirit. It was never a cruel rejection from the universe. It was a holy quarantine. God was intentionally cleansing your inner circle so he could safely drop the mega deposit into your hands. Your environment had to be completely purified first. The elite system is absolutely terrified because their matrix cannot control a chosen one who finally knows their exact worth. They desperately wanted you exhausted and financially drained so you would settle for their pathetic crumbs. But a massive and unstoppable shift has just fractured their artificial system forever. Their delay is officially over. The divine frequency of effortless abundance is completely overriding the long delay in your challenging life. The heavy gates are finally opening wide. God is actively unlocking a mega deposit of clarity and supreme authority that the elite circles tried to keep hidden from you. You are not trapped at the bottom of their dark pyramid anymore. You are securely holding the sacred keys to the kingdom. Every single tear you cried in the dark has magically transformed into a brilliant diamond of spiritual power. The universe is heavily compensating you right now for everything the enemy unjustly stole from your life. The massive cosmic reward is being transferred into your energy field today. You are completely and officially released from the heavy burden of healing people who genuinely want to stay broken. The emotional debt they forced upon you is cancelled forever. You are stepping out of the dark shadows and reclaiming your rightful throne of quiet authority. Feel the incredible surge of pure energy rushing through your physical veins. The massive cosmic victory is finally yours, and the Matrix is totally powerless to stop you. I break every remaining illusion that tells you that you are not enough. The holy fire of your soul is burning away the last remnants of their fake reality. You are fully activated and divinely protected. The heavy spiritual armor is gone for good. It is being replaced by the royal robes of a true sovereign. Walk forward into this new glorious season with your head held extremely high. You have absolutely conquered the invisible war, and your magnificent light will never be dimmed again. Let the massive energy of that decree settle deeply into your spirit. The heavy storm has officially passed and the sky is clearing. You have crossed the violent sea of spiritual warfare into total safety. The enemy is completely behind you now. But as you step onto the sacred shore of your new reality, you must prepare your mind. Managing this divine blessing requires profound wisdom. You are officially entering the holy sanctuary of your quiet authority, and the first rule of this new season is absolute and total silence. Do not run to your family or friends to share your incredible spiritual victories. The sleepers cannot handle the blinding frequency of your new light, and they will unconsciously try to project their dark fears onto your massive blessing. When heaven plants a massive miracle in your life, it must remain hidden in the dark to grow. If you dig up a seed to show everyone how it is growing, the fragile seed will completely die. Your divine compensation is exactly the same way, so you must protect your new energy boundaries with absolute iron discipline. Let them completely misunderstand your path. Let them assume whatever they want to assume about your sudden quietness. You no longer need to explain your beautiful soul to people who are committed to misunderstanding your entire journey. Your pure energy is far too expensive to spend on their cheap drama. From this glorious moment forward, your presence alone will command immense respect in every room you enter. Your gentle silence will become your absolute greatest weapon against the dying Matrix, because you do not have to prove anything to anyone anymore. When the old energetic vampires try to return to your life, you must remain totally unbothered. Do not answer their desperate calls for validation. You are not their spiritual bodyguard anymore. Heaven has permanently relieved you from your exhausting duties at the front lines of their endless chaos, and you are now a heavily protected asset. Stay completely grounded in your truth. You will notice a massive shift in how your physical body feels this week. The deep exhaustion that plagued you for years will suddenly evaporate into thin air. You will wake up feeling incredibly light and completely refreshed. This happens because your life force is finally flowing back into your own vessel, and it is no longer being siphoned by the dark, parasitic network of the artificial matrix. The mega deposit that heaven is releasing to you is not just financial abundance. It is a complete restoration of your lost time and stolen energy. The universe is handing you the supreme clarity to navigate this world without any fear. You will look at the complex problems of the sleepers and immediately see the hidden solutions, but you must fiercely resist the urge to save them. Remember that the elite matrix used your boundless empathy as a heavy weapon against you. If you start healing everyone who crosses your path again, you will rebuild the very prison heaven just destroyed. You must guard your sacred energy like the rarest treasure on earth. Only share your brilliant light with souls who vibrate on the exact same high frequency as you, because your trusted circle must remain extremely small. You are stepping completely out of survival mode and entering your beautiful season of quiet authority. The brutal battles you fought in total secret are about to reward you in public. But true power does not need to announce its massive arrival. It simply sits on the throne and rules with absolute and unshakable peace. The sleepers will feel your immense authority without you saying a single word, and the matrix will simply bow down to your pure, radiant light. Take a moment to simply enjoy the beautiful feeling of this profound peace. You survived the brutal wilderness and came out completely purified. Heaven knows exactly how much it cost you to keep your beautiful heart pure. The universe saw you walking through the heavy fire while the rest of the world looked away, and your gentle endurance is finally being rewarded. We must place a permanent spiritual seal over this powerful transmission today. The enemy will try to send minor distractions to make you doubt this massive breakthrough, but you must actively anchor your soul to this high frequency right now. Leave a specific word of gratitude in the comments below. We do not do this for visibility or vanity, but we do it as a physical seal of absolute spiritual agreement with the highest realms. Subscribe to this safe sanctuary and turn on the notification bell immediately. You must do this so the dark enemy cannot intercept your future messages. The Matrix constantly tries to block these divine frequencies from reaching your feed. By joining this sacred space, you are building an impenetrable wall around your spiritual awakening, and your brilliant mind will stay locked onto the absolute truth. You are a magnificent masterpiece of the highest God. The 33rd degree Masons can never touch your cosmic blueprint again. The holy fire inside your beautiful soul has burned their artificial matrix to the ground. Walk softly in your new untouchable power. Breathe deeply and rest in the beautiful quietness of your absolute victory, because your long, painful season of struggling is permanently over today.